welcome to Al's workshop from Bangkok, and we've got another project, another part for the steam project. So let's go and have a look at it and see what this one's all about. This is the part we're going to look at today, this com rod. We're going to make it out of aluminium, and as you can see this has got a tapered column, so we're going to have to do that on the lathe. So the best thing is to make a start with a aluminium bar. So if we look across the cross areas of the farthest corners, looking about 25 millimeters. So if we turn the diameter down to 25 millimeters, we could make the part out of a round bar. So let's go to the lathe. There's quite a lot sticking out, so the first action is to center drill carefully and place a center in the bar so we can run a running center and steady it. We don't want to be turning with it stuck out so far out of the chuck. So there we go, I've got a running center there, and you just place it so you just can't stop it by hand. Is normally a good test. And we're going to turn this down to 25 millimeters. It's a bit of stock I had spare, so probably the best would have been to use a 25 millimeter bar, but I'm just going to machine this down. Currently 50 millimeters. Some extra material I had. So I'm going to make both items out of this. So this now is going to be turned down to 25 millimeters diameter. And we're just setting that to 0 for a stop. There is the final cut. Bringing this down to the 25 millimeters so that we can machine the rectangular faces from the feet of the com rod. It's just aluminium. We'll just go up to our 0 stop. And that's completed now. And so now we're going to machine the 8mm and 6mm tapered column. So the small column starts at 8mm and goes to 6mm. So we'll just cut this out now. We'll go to the largest diameter, which is 8mm. Decided to use the turning tool, just set it at different angles, and cut out the step to get to the columns. Here we have I've put it at different angles so that I can square one side, and then I'll turn the tool round, and so I can finish the other side. So we're taking that down to 8mm, and so I'm cleaning the face there, that's 25mm. We just set to 1mm, and we're going to take a cut and see whether it's using the tool post. So using the tool post taper, we're just bringing that down to 6mm. I set it to 1 degree, and when I machined it and measured it, it was within 0.05, so it was quite accurate. So I didn't calculate it, I just say 1 degree, took a cut, and it was turned out to be the right angle. So as you can see there, we're going from 6mm to 8mm, and that's our column. And now we've cut the two pieces out, and we're just facing each end to length. So that's 3mm there. And the other side was 13. And now we're putting it in the milling machine, and we're going to machine first two flats, one on this side and one on the 3mm side. And carry out that first. I've been careful clamping it. I didn't want to squash it, so we're taking 1mm cuts. And now we'll move to the other side, which we've roughed down. So I've gone from a centre figure. Now that's machined down, and now we're going to place it on some parallels on that side. Just keep that side square, and then we'll machine this face down, holding in the vise in a similar manner. And now we've roughed that out and took our final cut, and then move across and finish that side. So they're all nice and square to each other now. And then we're going to use our block, utilize some of our parts that's nice and square. And so that's squared that up. And now we're just doing this side, the 10mm side. Finish that and then go across, and that'll be nice and square. Doing this side. So this is 9.5 from the centre. And the finished size with 19, and we've just held that in the vise, squared it up with a parallel, and centre drilled. So we're going through, this is a 5mm reamed hole. We'll put this in first before we do the slot. We're just drilling through first. We're using the vise jaws to keep it nice and square. So we'll just drilling through slowly. And then we're going to use a 5mm reamer to just finish that hole. And then we've got our reamer. We've used some WD-40, which is good lubrication for aluminium. And we're just going through there now, and that's complete. And then we're going to drill the 3mm M3 holes in the top. I've marked these out, and I've just picked up the marking out. We've got a 14mm centre. We'll go back and compare with that. As you can see, it lines up nicely. And now we're just going to drill that, and then off camera I'll just run the tap through. Because there's the block. It's going to be connected to this that goes around the camshaft. And once we've done that, now we're just going to mill the slot out. Just using a 4mm end mill, 4 flutes. Going through the middle and just doing the sides. It took it in 1mm cuts. And these are the finishing cuts that are in place now. We're just finishing off the slot now. So we're coming close to completion now. So we just need to put the radius on now to complete this piece. Run the taps in there. So I've made a little guide out of brass, and I'm just going to file the radius on. As you can see, because the aluminium is softer when you're filing it, it stops when it hits the brass. Saves you. It doesn't take so long to get that radius on that side. Just using the brass plug as a guide. Just file around that till it all lines up. It's quite doesn't take too long with it just being aluminium. As you can see, I've done one side there and it's looking very good. It's easy to follow with the brass being harder than aluminium. It stays, it stops the file from going any further. Just that action. And there we have, we've completed that. We still have to put the oil holes in, but we'll do that when we've got all the piece together. As you can see, they've got the nice tapered columns there, and got the nice slot. Everything's there to the drawing. It looks quite nice. I hope everybody enjoyed that, and I'll see you on the next project. Okay, bye.